Thrones here on Scrumptious Unscripted. It is the season finale, and I am your hostess, Kat. That is the good Sir Pappy. And we are talking about the Winds of Winter, the Season 6, Episode 10 finale. Total spoilers. If you have not figured that out and you still watch our show, I can't help you.
Unless you watch our show because for some reason you're only allowed to watch Game of Thrones on Tuesdays and you need your fix. Then
You need to.
cool, thanks for watching.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Winter is here.
Winter is here. It is announced via bird.
White bird. They only send white birds to announce winter. Otherwise, it's always a black raven. The more you know.
Something. The birds can tell you the weather.
Yep.
Which might also explain... Oh, okay. So just jumping in to a little side note, I just thought it was a nice, scenic, beautiful thing that all those white birds were leaving the tower when Sam pulled up.
Yep, no, the Citadel, that's the official announcement is made by old men at the Citadel. They look at the stars, they go, and then they go, yep, it's cold. Winter's here now.
See, I did not even put two and two together. It's just like, oh, that's really pretty effect with all the birds.
It was a tribute to Prince. They snuck it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to get some purple rain next season. Good to know.
I'm okay with that, too.
I am totally okay with that. But we're going to start off in King's Landing because some shit went down.
So why don't we just do all the King's Landing? Because most of it's in the beginning, and then we get a little bit towards the end. So let's just... King's Landing adventure. The trial.
The trial of the century. The Tyrells and Cersei.
Yep.
Or not Cersei.
And Big Brother Tyrell, his spirit was broken fast, huh? He's
yeah.
I confess to what you confess. What do you want me to confess to? Like, that's pretty much what... It's like KGB level.
All the things.
It's like, I slept with men. I did this. I fucking killed the king. Sure, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
No. Like the last one. You know, the one that Jamie killed. No, it was me. Even though
it was me. I wasn't even born yet. Still me. You know, I killed Jon Snow as well.
Yep.
It was me.
It's just that, and then they carved a symbol in his face because hey, thanks for being all super confessy and telling the truth.
Yeah. You've done so well. Yeah.
And we got a little bit of that Marjorie, you promised me you wouldn't. No, I promised I'd let him go. I didn't say how.
How or to where or the why. Yeah. She got played.
Yeah, but then we started getting a little creepy. That build-up started happening where we're jumping now. We jump to the king... Little King Tommen. And he's like, oh, I should get going. And there's the mountain. No.
Yeah, that's a negative. That's negative.
For one last time, we see old man Pycelle being creepy and cheap. Where's my money? Fuck you, I'll pay you later. That's not how prostitution works, buddy.
Oh, cash up front, Pycelle.
Yeah. It's just such a creepy old man. And again, the actor did it right. The guy's just a glory, power-hungry asshole who just wants to... He doesn't want to be in front because he knows they die. He wants to be the I'm the little mouthpiece behind them. I do the things and I get the money. And it's like, you're dead now.
Except you don't, yeah.
Yeah. So that was fantastic. I guess, candied thumbs?
Yeah, candied thumbs, children. Eat those candied thumbs. So delicious.
Now, what was interesting for me was that difference. Pycelle was just straight up ganked.
Oh, yeah.
But then as the queen, Marjorie, is starting to put two and two together, we keep jumping down to Lancel. And the kid that slashed his, fucking Achilles tendon? Or did he go up?
Or the back of the knee or something.
Yeah, that kid was just stone cold. I'm looking at that kid and I'm like, are you one of the faceless ones?
Right? Who hired you? Where did you come from?
Because it wasn't the stabbing. It was the coming back and just going,
I did good work.
And then running off. So we see Marjorie put things together. We start to see the danger. We see the barrels of wildfire. But then Marjorie's right. She's like, Cersei would not no show unless she knew she was going to win.
Oh yeah.
We have to go, and that was the fall of the Sparrow. His confidence that he controlled everything.
Yep. That's the downfall of a lot of people this episode, and I'm so excited to get to
All
it.
right, so we had the explosion, and then what do you think about Tommen? His reaction.
I think it was typical like teenager like, oh my god, I'm never gonna love anybody again. This is the worst thing ever. I just I can't go on. Which
What's
is
crazy?
not to make light of people, you know.
But teenage hormones, that is your reaction is
Yeah.
always to do the most
It's
dramatic thing.
just so elevated. Yeah. You just don't have that rational like that's why hopefully you have like people in your life who like say, "Hey, no, no, no. It's not the worst ever. Don't
But
worry."
what I think about this one more so than the other two children is this was directly Cersei's fault.
Oh yeah.
Tommen lost his wife, his love, and his conscience, really, in the Sparrow. And Cersei was so fucking narcissistically selfish that she needed to watch it from her balcony rather than be there for her son. It's all her fault.
Well,
and
I almost thought like maybe she was gonna like dirty herself up a little bit and come bursting into Tomlin's room and be like, "Oh my god, something terrible has happened."
But I think Tommen knew exactly when that happened. He knew
Oh
who did,
yeah. Well, I think the
and
mountain being the one not letting him
yeah,
leave
yeah, kind
gave
of.
that whole gambit away real quick.
And she showed a lot less emotion when he died than she did when her daughter
I
had,
think she was
had
ready for it.
yeah.
Honestly, I feel like she was like, you know what? I don't need anything else binding me to this world and keeping me from doing what I want to do.
She had bought into that prophecy at that point, I think, and so when
Yeah.
he did that, she was just like kind of creepily like, "Oh, I miss my son, but yes, I'm free of the prophecy. I can go and be the asshole I've always wanted to be."
Yeah. I could go be that bitch I was always meant to be.
And we see it
Hey.
immediately.
Oh
Your
yeah,
favorite
with nun
septon.
face.
Yeah. So check your privilege, huh?
Yeah, total check your privilege. I think I wrote something about that on my notes because it's like, oh, like no, we could waterboard you, but instead I'm gonna use this fine wine that I drink because just yeah,
Yeah. Oh, because you probably took a vow of, sobriety. It's delicious.
it's
It's
tasty. It's gonna leave a little sticky on
Yeah.
your face later.
But we're already seeing just Cersei's going to be the big crazy
Oh, dude,
next season. Like,
Cersei's lost her damn mind.
not only did she torture the Septon, but she then went, okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to kill you. You're going to last for a while. Hey, this undead monstrosity behind me, he going to do whatever he wants to you.
Which apparently
Whatever.
is just stand there and stare at you. Which would be horrifying because you just wait for him to do something.
He's just
He's just staring at you like, do it already, whatever it is, just do it.
just end it.
Yeah.
And that's what's actually interesting is that's pretty much it, except way down in the episode we kind of just get the crowning.
Yeah, we get her being crowned and we get Jamie seeing it, and ooh, that is gonna be.
I honestly was half expecting them to end that scene with him getting back on his horse and being like, "Fuck it, we're out.
Come on,
We're
Broad.
going north, Bron. This is nope. I love my sister, but she just went ooh deep end. Here I come."
Well, yeah, oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's lots of questions.
Well, I mean,
Not a lot of answers.
personal prediction: his love of her is going to overcome the awesome morals that he's been developing,
I
which
hope not.
we kind of saw at the next scene, the little party where he was Bron's wingman.
Hey, Broad. Like, stop telling me all the girls here think I'm pretty. Here, why don't you just go occupy these two? It's cool. Don't even worry about it. I had to talk to Walder here because, we got war stories to talk about and shit.
Dude, I loved how he just went off on Walter Frey.
Ah,
Like,
yeah.
that was phenomenal. Just straight up, you're kind of a piece of shit, and you're an old piece of shit. And but people talk
You're an
behind my back, but
old,
I win.
cowardly piece
Yeah,
of shit.
it's because he kept doing the whole but I win, and finally he shut him down. It's like you don't win. You fucking ask me to come in here and fix your shit every goddamn time. And it's true. Eh, Go back all the seasons. Every time Walter Frey did anything successfully, it was because he had Lannister backing and support.
Yep.
Dirty old
True
shithead.
fact. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, and then that leads to couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Right? It was cool that we got to see that barmaid, servant, whatever, in the background in the party scene, and then ta-da!
Yeah. Surprise.
And that was so awesome. Okay, so on one hand, it was awesome and well done. The whole, oh, but they're right here.
Yeah, but they're right here, my lord. They're right here. Here, have some more
Yeah.
pie.
But the scary part is, Arya chopped up two dudes, cooked them, served them to their father, and then murdered him while smiling.
Oh, dude, she was totally having like a weird fucking like sexual awakening experience back there.
And that's where I'm kind of like, oh no, have we lost her?
I don't know. She's
Yeah.
got to meet up with the hound and get her mojo back.
And stop being creepy.
That was totally creepy. But at the same point, like everything about the Red Wedding really was creepy.
Yeah,
So
and this is the right revenge that we expect from the show. But it's kind of like, no, Arya, you are perfect, high morals, queen, fair. Like you just want to avenge your loved ones, not cook people.
that makes Sweeney Todd pies.
Yeah. So anyhow, on to the only scene that didn't end in some form of depression, I think. Because even
Oh,
the Jamie Braun one, that ended with the mouth off. But this Sam finally found his happy place.
oh my gosh. Sam needs so many new pants.
I love the awkwardness. And that was just so perfect of the bureaucracy that is the Citadel. Just
Like, no, my hand is here.
yeah, and then now it was kind of douchey how much I've grown to like Gilly, and that dude just be like, no women and children, and looking at her as if she's insane. Like, what are you
Yeah,
thinking?
like what?
And then it pans out, and it just shows her, and there's literally fuck all nothing. It's just the little
Yeah.
desk here, and then just chamber.
Like
Like,
no chair, no nothing.
it's like, where's the playpen area for children?
Where's
Uh,
even a goddamn bench
yeah, so
for
she's sitting
people?
outside, and what I'm worried about is that we're gonna get to next season, and we're gonna realize that she starved to death waiting for Sam to leave the library.
Oh,
That's just gonna be how we start it. We're next episode is gonna cut to like 1 year later, and Sam's still in there. Like,
there's like Gilly's sun bleached bones with the
yeah.
baby. Oh man.
Anyhow, yeah, no, that handles that nerdgasm, huh?
Yep.
So let's get to the point that probably broke your heart the most.
Do we
The
have to? That's why like this eye is looking a little jacked up because there was
very, very heartfelt, emotional scene between our future Lord Stark, Snow Stark,
no stork.
Stork, the Red Lady, and the Onion Knight. And you're sad already.
I am. I don't wanna.
But it was great. It was very emotional in the
It
way it was
was.
done, and I think Jon Snow did the right thing because he
No,
had
he
to admit.
didn't. He should have
No,
murdered her
he had to
face.
admit that she had resurrected him, helped him get to that point, but he also couldn't keep a murderer on his council.
No.
So ride south. And who the fuck is she gonna run into now? Did she ride out of the show? That's what I am genuinely curious about.
Did you write out of the show? I kind of have inklings that she may end up with the Brotherhood because I
But
feel like her and the other guy, who's the only guy who can resurrect
yeah,
people, have a lot to talk about.
but they're going north, and she can't go north ever again. So that's where I'm like, I wonder, because now they can replace her with the dude whose name escapes me. But yeah, he can set his sword on fire. Yeah,
Drunken priest dude.
but he can replace her basically once the Brotherhood gets north and unites with Jon Snow. So I don't know. Then we get to Winter is Here.
Yep.
which, yeah.
We kind of established it at the beginning. No, like John and Santa had a nice little like heartfelt on the oh god, there's a name for that. Like a technical
The
name for that.
parapets.
Yeah, thank you.
Not the veranda. It's a little too
Yeah,
stone for a
it's
veranda.
too stone and it's too high up for a veranda. Um, but yeah, no, they have a nice, like, heartfelt moment. And I think Sansa's coming to terms with she's got a lot of amends to make up
Yeah.
for how she lived her life pre everything going to shit.
And let's stick with the North and finish that plot line up for the season. And she then talked to Peter Baelish and straight told him, like, you're a dick. He's like, well, I did everything to become the king with you by my side. And I just love it, just like, great
Let,
dream.
let me stab you right there. That's so nice for you.
Yeah. But also, and then, hey, I love your comment. Oh, baby Mormon. I was just not thinking
Yeah.
like baby Mormon, but the young woman in that final meeting was straight up like the smartest slash snarkiest person in the room, and it was great.
Oh,
She had,
yeah. I just call her Baby Mormont because, like,
well, she's 10.
yeah, she's a babe. Like in this room with all these people, she's a baby in that room, and she's the only one with the huevos to stand up and be like, excuse me, where were all of you? Like,
Yeah,
that's great you came to the feast.
yeah.
Where
But where
the F were you like a week ago?
the fact that she shamed those men into swearing fealty because they had to realize, like, yeah, we hid in our homes. You came out with 13 fucking swordsmen because that's like all you had, and you fought, and we just
We did
stayed there
nothing.
shitting the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all hail King of the North,
The
Jon
White
Snow Stark.
Wolf.
Jon Snow Stark,
Snork.
and
Gonna
yeah,
have to get a new hat made for next season. Gotta get a white one now.
there you go. So yeah, I think they closed that out right, and that last look between Sansa and Baelish was nice too. Like that last where she's straight up going, "He just admitted to me he would do anything to get the fucking throne. Do I need to reconsider and be nice to him to save my brother?" Like you saw that going on.
Well, and his whole thing of like, oh well, they're never gonna rally behind John, and then it's happening. Like her smug little like, oh, what was that you said?
It's interesting to see all of those different options that could be taken in the future. And yeah, it was cool. I liked it. And I also liked that we did get to see one last bit of Grandma Rose and the fact that fucking women rise up. I'm loving it.
Oh yeah, like oh my gosh, it's ladies' night in Westeros.
Just love how she just shut down the sand snakes, though.
Oh yeah, it's
You look
like,
like a
excuse
petulant
me,
boy.
are you talking to me? Oh, and you, other one, like you got anything to say? No, I didn't think so.
I
The
loved it.
women are talking.
But
Thank
what's cool
you.
is Grandma Rose is pretty much now holding the power of her whole family. And she's hooking up with Dorne,
Well,
which is
she's
now
the
run by
only one
women.
left.
But I'm saying she's hooking up with Dorne, who's now run by women. And then there's our fucking spider. And he's basically like saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, another badass chick. She's on her way. You want to join forces and fuck up Cersei?" And everyone's just like,
Yep,
"Yes, yes, we do."
sold.
And
And it's so funny though because again, like when Spider left, what last episode or a couple episodes ago?
just like just one or two, yeah,
Yeah. But like feasibly like a few weeks have passed in like Westerosi time. Cersei put the nail in that coffin.
yep,
Cuz the spider left and was like, "Well, if I fail and I don't come back, like remember me well."
yeah. But by the time he got there, and so you do see, it does suffer a little bit from time hop. Obviously, because we're never really sure when things are happening on the timeline. Because it did, I will admit, it did annoy me that we show him there, and then we, at the end of the show, we see him on the ship. Because I'm like, how fucking long is this episode expanding? You know what I mean? Like that was a
Right?
little annoying, but
Or did they? did they pick up because he was proposing the alliance with Dorne? Had they already then like swooped up to Dorne and met up with those ships too?
See, I don't know. No,
The
no, that
best
definitely.
question, the
He
best
he he
question.
went he went to Dorne and came back, and then went again. Like that's definitely how it happened. It's just the time hop
The
required.
better question here is who the hell made all those Targaryen sails in that amount of time?
Well, they mentioned that they were painting the sails when poor Dario confessed his undying love to.
I understand that, but then like 15 minutes later, they're leaving.
But again, it's the fucking time hop. It got a little annoying because it's like, hey, was this a week later? Was this a day later? Was this a month later? We don't know.
All I picture is it's like, okay, before we change the name officially from Slavers Bay, can all you slaves just quick paint this logo on these sails? We
God.
gotta go.
Yeah, I
We're on a
I did
tight schedule here. We got to go.
I did like the scenes that we did have there was Dario, and that whole scene was great. And then her confessing to Tyrion that like it actually didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I'm surprisingly cool with it. I'm worried though because she put the death knell
Right, the hand.
upon him. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, for a long time, the Hand of the King was the safest job in the world. It's just since the show started that it
Since
seems to be
Ned happened to become
basically, yeah, yeah. Now nobody wants to be
yeah,
the hand of the
no.
king. So yeah, we'll see. But I loved it. Was just nice, quiet interaction. You know.
It was genuine. And I think that's very refreshing on the show because you have people like Baelish and the Spider and even like, Cersei. Everybody's got some freaking agenda and like Tyrion's just like, I ain't got time for agendas.
Well, we've been saying here for years that Tyrion is usually the smartest man in the room, and he genuinely cares about his job and the people he's supposed to protect.
Yeah.
This is just the first time that he's doing it for somebody who actually has similar goals and isn't, an old asshole or a psychotic child
We
or
have
a psychotic old
company.
asshole.
Oh, we have company.
I hear mewing.
Yes. Ignore the mewing. Oh, it's happening. But to wrap up Starks, we have Bronn. He found the blood weeping tree.
Yes, that's well. This actually wraps up the whole episode, and this is the last thing to talk about,
Is
which is
it?
great. Yes, because we stuck around enough to do that,
Yeah.
and so this is a good way to end it. Yeah, Bran Flakes.
Raisin Bran.
Yep. His uncle, his undead awesome uncle, dropped him off at the tree. I can go no further, even though the wall was still like 500 feet away.
Right? And I'm just thinking, like, what happened to the cart
Yeah,
that she was pulling him on? Like, you
yeah.
just like plop him off the horse,
Is
like,
it like,
gots to
is
go.
he just gonna hook up with this tree here? Like they're not even gonna bother going across the wall? Like how's this gonna work? But I did
Yeah.
like that they answered the question, and the internet was right. Jon Snow is the son of a Stark and a Targaryen.
We kind
And
of saw that coming at this point.
an emo.
No, I think the bigger takeaway for me with that is of course you watch the show, guys. Like, hi, we've been talking to you during the week. We love talking to you. Don't get that wrong. But I've been pushing so hard that the wall's coming down. The wall's coming down. The wall's coming down. The wall is coming down. The wall didn't come down. However, we now know that it must.
Yeah. And so for me, I think next season's gonna fill a lot of that where Bran should get down and inform his brother of his lineage, so that
Well, and he's got the tree. There's the tree in Winterfell that he can use
yeah,
and be the Raven
yeah,
from,
yeah, and that's the
or
hope
however
and the
that
expectation.
is.
But what we're setting up is that the North and Dorne and Dragon Mama, and then there's just King's Landing. So I think next season we need to take care of that so that we can push up and have the giant final fight to end all fights, and then Jon Snow hooks up with his half sister because Westeros.
Because reasons.
Because Westeros, and that's just how it is. That's how it's written.
Because that's the only way you can keep dragons.
Yes, it's the Targaryen way, and we'll realize that when one of the dragons flies down and licks him like a puppy in a later episode. And then she'll be
All
like,
right, well, we're getting into weird territory here, which must mean it's time for us to wrap this up. So thank you all for watching. You've been awesome this season. Like, great response. Great talking with you guys. Like, so happy to have you here. If you're new, we do various other shows throughout the year. We're doing Outcast every other week because it's slow, but I'm still into it. And then we'll be back in the fall with more Ash versus Evil Dead.
and I'm gonna push for American Gods in
Ooh.
2017. Just so you know.
Just so I know. So yeah, if you like after shows, we review movies. We do some like really ridiculous gaming streams. So stick around and keep with us this summer. But if you're just here for Game of Thrones, we still love you. And we will see you in a year. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'd say we'll see you next week, but we won't. So sad.
Bye.
Gonna go hug my burnt stag figurine now. Bye, guys.